illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
I finish with one last point. Abu Darda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, great companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Prophet passed away, many Sahaba spread out through the whole world. Abu Darda radiyallahu anhu, he traveled to Damascus, Syria. Today is Syria, Damascus. He went to Damascus, and when he saw the situation of the Muslims at that time, he gave a small little khutbah. And I wish that we share it among ourselves so that we can learn from what Abu Darda radiyallahu anhu had said. When he entered Damascus, he looked at the people, and in Arabic he said, Ya ahla Dimashq, O people of Damascus, O people of Damascus, ala tastahyun, don't you have any shame? Don't you have any shame? He said, tajma'una ma la ta'kulun, you are gathering those things, you are gathering all those items of the dunya which you can't even benefit from. Tajma'una ma la ta'kulun, you want the dunya so much that you want everything, even those things which you know that cannot benefit you. Tajma'una ma la ta'kulun, you are gathering those things which you can't even eat. وَتَبْنُونَ مَا لَا تَسْكُنُونَ, you're building big houses, you're building big mansions wherein you are not going to reside, you're not going to stay forever. And then he said, وَتَعْمَلُونَ مَا لَا تُطِيلُونَ, you have high aspirations for the dunya, and you know that these high aspirations are not going to give you any more longer time in the dunya. You know that you will have to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he said, أَلَا إِنَّ مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ, listen carefully, there was people before you who came into the dunya. كَانُوا يَجْمَعُونَ فَيُوعُونَ, they would gather so much and they would try to protect it and they would try to keep it to themselves. وَيَبْنُونَ فَيُوثِقُونَ, they will build big houses and they would hold firmly onto these. They would tie themselves to these homes as if they're never going to leave the dunya. وَيَأْمَلُونَ فَيُطِيلُونَ, they would have high aspirations and they thought these aspirations would never make them leave this dunya. And then he said, أَلَا إِنَّ عَادًا مَلَكَتْ بَيْنَ عَدْنَ وَعُمَّانَ, he said, listen carefully, the qawm of Ad, the nation of Ad, they had so much wealth. The distance between Adana, which is in Turkey, all the way to Umman, 3,000 kilometers of wealth of the dunya. He said, Ad had all this wealth. Who is going to buy from me? For 2 dirhams the wealth of Ad, no one is going to buy. Why? Because there's nothing left of the wealth of Ad. My brothers, nothing is going to remain in the dunya. Whatever we have now will be passed on to other people. Whatever we have of the dunya will be passed on. The only thing that will go in the grave with us is our a'mal and our concern for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So my brothers, think about this. 10-15 minutes a day spent with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and start having